All right, there it is. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to an all new episode of the DTI Takeover Show. Ha! Let me stop you there. I'm about to rewind that. We are on our next guest. Now, usually this is our next guest with Dr. Missionary. However, Dr. Missionary was unable to be here. So you got your girl, Miss Kayla, who gonna be on this show today. All right. So this is gonna be our next guest with Miss Kayla. And on our next guest, we just like to sit and kick it back with other creatives, with other hosts, entertainers, you name it, and kind of vibe with them just to see, what it is that they got going on their platforms, and we wanted to bring that to you all so y'all can get hip to it and tap in because we all can eat. You know what I'm saying? And so it's something out here for everybody. And at the end of the day, it's all about collaborating, coming together, and networking. So that's what our next guest is
Hell yeah.
about. And so I had the pleasure having the host of the Hell Yeah We Want to Know podcast. I got Karan, aka Special Letter K, SLK, whatever you know him as, K, on our
Hell
show today.
yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What up, yo? What up, Doe? Glad to be in attendance with you. What's good? What's good?
Good. It's good to have you here. I like your energy already.
Oh yeah. I appreciate you having me on deck. Definitely tapping in. I appreciate you. Appreciate you.
No problem. So, I mean, before we get into the Hell Yeah We Want to Know podcast, you
Right.
gotta let our listeners know just a little bit about you. Like, who are you? Who you are?
Okay. Well, we can do that. Well, hell yeah. Off the real. What up, Doe? What up, Doe? For all the people from Detroit and wherever else y'all tapping in at. My government name is Karan Jonigan. You know what I'm saying? But they call me single letter K. That's where the SLK comes from, by the way. You know what I'm saying? K single letter because my name starts with a K. You know what I'm saying? I'm 52 years old, working transportation. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I'm starting my own transportation company. I'm in the
Okay.
process of doing it now called single letter K Transportation. So
I like it.
definitely be looking out for that shortly coming up soon. And, I'm a laid back 52-year-old man just doing my thing, trying to network and be creative and get my name and face out here. You heard me? Hell yeah.
So you gotta tell me, like, how did you get here? What made you start this podcast?
Well, actually, it during COVID, it actually started during COVID. I was sitting up there watching YouTube videos, working from home. Like, man, I like to talk. I like to chop it up with people. I like to, interact. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna start me a little podcast. But I'm like, once COVID, kind of broke and we was able to get out here and network, I started going to the parks with my phone, recording people, just doing questions of the day. So that's
Oh,
what started doing
really?
questions of the day. Hell yeah, I got a few video, had previous before they got banned on YouTube, but but we ain't gonna go there right now. But yeah, so basically I was doing street questions of the day,
Hmm.
and I was kind of popping off. So once I got familiarized with that, I was like, boom, it's time to start the podcast. So I jumped straight into that. And then I'm like, I thought about the word, I was thinking about the title of a podcast. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what would be a good name for a podcast? I'm like, damn, words I use every day. Hell yeah. And I'm like, damn, duh, hell yeah. And then I was like, what type of topics I'm gonna have to talk about? I want to ask men and women grown folks questions most are afraid to ask. Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. So, and the streets want to know, so I definitely got to ask. You heard me? So I'm like, well, I combined all that together, and that's what the hell yeah, we want to know podcast came from. So
I love that. I love that. It seems like we all kind of blossomed and got our start during the pandemic. We us over here, we were doing in-person interviews. Shout out to
right.
Swag Radio. Shout out
Hell yeah. What up, though, swag? Hell yeah, hell yeah.
that's where we were. But then unfortunately, with pandemic hitting, it shut everybody down. And so, we couldn't come in together anymore. And so we just at the crib, we on social media too, and at that time you had all the ciphers and Zooms and all that stuff going on. And so we were like, you know what, we got a computer, we got internet, we got phones, like
Absolutely.
we can do this and we can do this from home. And that's
Exactly.
what we did.
Flat out, flat out.
That's what we
That's
did.
what's up.
And we connected with actually during those ciphers and stuff people were having. We somehow connected with this radio station in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
That rapport online. Just like I said, we haven't met these people before, but this is just because we all stuck at home.
Right.
So, long story short, we built that rapport, built that relationship, and she was just like, you know what, we got this station that we're not using. You guys can have it if you want it. What?
Damn, straight up.
Yes.
Straight up.
Well, yes. And now here you are. Welcome to Total Entertainment Radio.
That networking that y'all did that got me to this point where I'm networking with y'all here today. You feel me?
Yep.
That's what's up. That's
I love it. I know, right?
That's
so now you said you was hitting the streets. You said you was asking questions and stuff to people. What were you asking?
Well, when you hit the streets, you want to get precise, quick answers, but you want the truth from them. So again, some of my questions were like, how long should the first round of sex last? Or why do women cheat on men? Because the majority of my questions are coming from a man to a woman. Mm-hmm. I ask a lot of women questions, but I have questions for the fellas too, like why y'all wear tight ass jeans and all that. And and carry purses like women. Because the streets want to know these answers. So so again, so that's what I'm saying. So yeah, you said what?
Yeah, keep going.
Oh yeah, so the questions I was asking, were just general questions that will get a little bit of humor, but real raw answers from the people who are answering the questions. So it was just going down so I go sexual, and then so when I started my podcast, it went from street questions like that to why do women fake orgasms to relationships to wherever we go there. I go there. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, I want to have those conversations with men and women because we really don't know each other, honestly. Because if we did, we want to be single out here. We want to be miserable out here, divorced, all this old F shit that's going on. It wouldn't be going down like that if we were really having communications like that. So again, it's good to have those open type of communications with, especially women. Because again, honestly, y'all women honestly don't know us, and we don't know y'all. We know the surface part, but so we try to get in depth.
We don't listen.
Hell no.
And I'm guilty of that. We don't listen, and a lot of times we listen to respond, right? And not necessarily listening for understanding. And so I think that's kind of what both of us, where I know at least for us ladies, and at least for myself, I know that we kind of struggle and we drop the ball at, because a lot of times you listen, you hear something, and we're gonna be on it. Like, what you say? What you mean? La, 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 and not really getting the understanding about where it's coming from, why you're even saying it in the first place. Exactly. Yeah, don't do us.
Hell yeah. For real. See, that's what I'm saying. So again, if we have these open conversations with each other, I think things would be much better. I can't say it's gonna be perfect, but at least the communication factor will be. We can close that gap. You feel what I'm saying? So let
me ask you then, why do we talk at each other?
Because everybody. You know what? Because everybody wants to make their point and not really listen to other people's opinions and points. Because again, we talk at each other to make because again, I'm an aggressive animated talker, but again, I'm not really talking at people. I'm just talking to you, but you might take it as I'm talking at you. But unfortunately, a lot of women that I've come across and I've talked to think men are talking at them instead of talking to them. So it's a big misconception about what that is. So again, if we stop bumping our gums and start listening, we'll get the better understanding about really what's going on when we having these conversations. So you need to tap into my podcast and definitely come on there. I need to have you on the guest. You know what I'm saying? You and your people, so we can chop it up and have some grown folks conversation. You heard me? Hell yeah.
I love that, because it sounds like you really coming for us. Like you really got some questions.
Oh yeah.
For the ladies. Like,
oh yeah, because again, from a man's point of view, I know how. I don't mean to be cussing, but I know the F shit we do as men.
yeah.
So again, but you ladies don't think y'all don't think y'all shit stank. So again, I have to inform and just let them know. You know, there's no women bashing or anything like that. But I'm just giving y'all from a man's point of view. Like some of the shit that y'all think is working is not working. That's why y'all out here single and all this old extracurricular shit going on because of the fact that y'all don't listen to us goddamn men. When we tell y'all don't do A, B, C, D, and y'all continue to do it, well, yeah, you're not really listening, ladies. So again, we gotta chop it up.
We gotta have a conversation. We gotta have. I mean, so where, like, what's the goal with your podcast? Where do you really see this going for you?
You know, honestly, when I first started, I just wanted to get some of my points that I thought across to people. Mm-hmm. And then now that I see it starting to pick up steam and starting to really grow, and these conversations are starting to expand from just me and my homie or me and a friend to now women from across the country are starting to tap in a little bit more and really have these. So again, I really want this to grow to get syndicated to become, nationwide. Because again, like I said, I got questions. We don't talk about questions that, we'll go to the surface questions about each other, but we won't go to that reality shit, that real shit. I mean, I don't mean to be cussing like that, but
I got you.
My apologies. I do apologize for that. But again, so I'm hoping to get syndicated shortly. I finally got my 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, so I'm hanging about that. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's my first journey because my first channel got banned. So again, now that I'm back on track, I'm trying to get things moving in the right direction. But so again, I really want to push the point out there to have these open conversations with men and women. I hear other people podcasts have things like that going on, but it's too much banter and not really communication.
Yeah, I'm like, even on the show, you'd be like, y'all still going at each other. Like, we're still
listening. It's exactly listening. So yeah, so again, and really taking somebody's point and just trying to look at it from their point of view. Because again, we all have opinions. So again, if you really, you might be firm on your opinion. Okay, it's all good. But again, your opinion might not be right. And we're not saying it's wrong, but it might not be right in another person's eyes. So again, if we open up and listen to have these conversations from race to whatever the case might be, like on September 29th, I got a podcast, Men versus Women. My business partner, the Story Hill and Hood podcast. She's based out of Chicago. Me and her collaborated and got together, and so we've been linking up. And we got women from North Carolina, South Carolina. Tapping in with us, 4 or 5 men from Detroit, chopping up about some grown folks conversations. So again, when we have these conversations, hey, it just makes it all better. And the collaboration, that's what I'm all about, collaborating and networking. That's what it's really all about. So,
That's the goal. So I gotta ask you, just because, I see I'm on Facebook, but most of the time I'm on Facebook, it is work purposes. It is coming across like yourself, coming across you, or coming across other individuals to collaborate and to network with, not necessarily just to scroll. But of course, I see the posts, I see what's be putting out there. So I gotta ask you, this whole sassy man narrative, right? Look at you already making faces. So I gotta ask you, because I'm just so curious now, just to know your opinion on everything now that is deemed to be a sassy man.
Okay, well, first off, sassy and man should never be, equated together. When you put those two words together, that sounds like a beta male, and that shit sounds suspect as hell to me. So I'm an alpha male, so all that old sassy and I ain't about that life. I'm 100% alpha male, so all that shit just sounds. So again, I don't want to go into that because if we go into that, we're gonna be on your show for a while. And a lot of your listeners gonna be mad as hell at my cool ass. For real.
I had to throw something at you just to see.
Yeah, well, I ain't about that life.
Yeah.
I ain't about, like I said again, of the feminine side of any man. I mean, I was raised. I have my sisters and everything, but I have brothers and the foundation of, hey, this is how it's supposed to go as a man. So anything sassy and feminine and fruit.
But see, it's not even the crazy thing. It's not necessarily, that's not necessarily what a man is being called sassy for now. Y'all are being called sassy for things that a man should do. Just for a man speaking his opinion to a woman, he's being called sassy. A man has boundaries, he's being called sassy. It's just like everything now is deemed sassy.
Exactly. And again, so when you really break down the word sassy, what does that mean? Sassy is being, attitude. Have an attitude, basically. So when you add attitude, men, we think with logic and numbers. So again, when in fact, so when other people talk about, oh yeah, you supposed to bring your feelings into it and have attitude. We're not having attitude. We're just giving you our facts, opinions, and so no, hell no, we're not sassy. Hell no, that shit is dead. Ain't no sassy. Only men who sassy are beta men. That's bottom line. Mm-hmm. So anybody who's trying to project sassiness on alpha men, dear John, let us through for that shit. I mean, that stuff. Excuse me.
I got you.
So yeah. So again, we can get. As a matter of fact, if you have me back on, or vice versa, you come on my show, we'll dive deeper into that conversation. Because again, okay. I don't want your listeners to be like, he's an asshole.
Right. I had to throw something out there. Like I said, I wanted to catch the vibe. I wanted to see, like, I'm curious at your response to this, but I can get that, these are type of things though, and these are popular, these are discussions that are happening. And it's like, we gotta get into it. But like you were saying, not the surface level of it, actually get into the deep stuff about it. And like, where is this even coming from? Like, why in your mind do you believe that because a man is speaking facts and logic and it goes against what you say, that he is now deemed sassy? It's like, how did we even get there? So I think you should definitely save that for your show, especially. As far as your women's versus men thing that you have coming up, so what should we expect as viewers? Like, what should we be looking out for?
Okay, well, off the rip, when you have 4 men from Detroit, well, one is he's from Detroit, but he lives in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna get great conversation and great debate. You know what I'm saying? Because the first conversation we had, the first part we did, it went off very well. It was, it was moderate. It was moderate. It wasn't heated. It wasn't heated discussions. You know what I'm saying? People, let everybody get their point across. Now we debated a little bit, but again, now this time it's gonna be more on some hot shit. I'll tell you that. We going there because again, now we familiarize with each other. So again, be looking out for, because again, we going from relationships to sexual to women's expectations. So again, we going there. We got 4 or 5 questions, 3 or 4 questions on deck. So again, we go there because on my podcast, I normally ask 3 or 4 questions to the viewers to give them a different variety of where I'm coming from. So again, I ask a lot of people that I talk to, like, what you think I should talk about? They be like, oh yeah, I heard this on the internet. And so oh shit. So I got some hot ones. I got hot ones ready to echo through the ghetto for questions. So yeah. So we're definitely going down. So September 29th on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely going down. Women versus Men, the Great Debaters, Part 2 is going down.
I love that. It's been cool kicking it with you and learn more about Hell Yeah, We Want to Know podcast. Let everybody know how they can tune in to you and catch your shows, period.
Well, hell yeah, I definitely appreciate you once again having me on, you know what I'm saying, Spotlight Me and my podcast, you know what I'm saying. Well, first y'all can always find me on YouTube, the Hell Yeah, We Want to Know podcast, like DA, hell yeah, it's gonna pop right up. As soon as you type in duh, hell yeah, it's gonna pop right up. We Want to Know podcast on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on actually Instagram and TikTok, and also on streaming on Redfin TV. It's a Atlanta-based streaming platform that I was able to network and collaborate with them. So they got me streaming exclusively Monday nights, 8 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, 8 p.m. on Redfin TV. So y'all can download that app on or Google it. You know what I'm saying? So again, and I'm also got some things going on in the acting world. I finally got my little feet into the acting world.
Okay.
Did my first scene in a movie, a mini series called A Record in Time. It should be on Tubi in about another couple of weeks. Produced by Sean Van Productions, ESG Erica Smith Gomez. So, and she got a couple of movies on Tubi doing her thing. So again, it's popping off. So yeah, y'all can definitely tap in to the Hell Yeah We Want to podcast. Like I said, on all platforms. Like I said, I'm always looking for men and women to come on the platform and chop it up. Because again, I want to have those grown folks conversations that we need to be having. Because again, I'm tired of women dogging out men, and I'm tired of men not really understanding women. So again, let's try to network and close that gap. That's what it's all about. And I appreciate you again, definitely having me on, because you know I love to do my thing and chop it up with the ladies. Like hell yeah, hell yeah.
I love that. Well, so I appreciate you. I appreciate you for accepting the invitation to come on, for us to have a little conversation, just to introduce you to the Total Entertainment Radio family. So now you stuck with us. You here, you done did this, stuck with us. So it's on, it's only up from here. Y'all make sure y'all continue to rock with the Hell Yeah We Want to Know podcast on all platforms. Continue to rock with Total Entertainment Radio. Y'all can follow us Facebook, Total Entertainment Radio, YouTube, Total Entertainment Radio. Check out the site. Go to www.totalentradio.com. Hit that TER radio button. Listen to the station. Let us know what you think. Check out some of them awesome businesses, you guys, that we have featured on there as well. Support our business owners. Please support our small businesses and entrepreneurs who are out here also trying to do their thing as well. We got an app, y'all. We got an app, a free app. Download it, Total Entertainment Radio, to your devices as well. It's for all phones, all Android and iPhone, so no exceptions. Okay, we out here. We out here, so no excuses. No excuses. Until next time, everybody. I am your girl, Miss Kayla. I am signing out, and we out.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
I like it.